Real Madrid has just slapped a €30 million insult right in the face of their biggest star, Vinícius Jr. A shocking contract rejection has slammed the brakes on all talks, and now the club is spiraling into a civil war. But is Vinícius really worth the gamble, or is this the mistake that costs Madrid everything? We've got the inside scoop on the standoff that's tearing the Bernabéu apart. This is a story of power, pride, and cold hard cash, and one side is going to lose. So, what is really going on behind those closed doors? Stick around and hit subscribe for every update on this explosive story. Section 1. The news. A contract stalled, a club divided. Alright, let's cut to the chase. The contract talks between Vini Jr. and Real Madrid aren't just stalled, they're completely frozen. Negotiations have been dead in the water since May 2025, and it's created a divide that's about way more than just money. Vini's current deal runs out in June 2027, a date that is starting to set off alarm bells all through the club's front office. Here's the heart of the problem. Vini's team, led by his agency Rock Nation, came to the table with a number they feel matches his status as a global icon. They're demanding a massive annual salary package worth €30 million. Now, this isn't just a straight salary, it's a guaranteed €20 million a year, with another €10 million tacked on in performance-based bonuses. Madrid's answer? A swift and brutal no. The club fired back with a flat €20 million offer and completely refused to entertain the bonus structure his agents are pushing for. And since that rejection, radio silence. The two sides are stuck in a stalemate, and what should have been a routine negotiation has blown up into a high-stakes war of wills. This isn't just business, it's a direct challenge to President Florentino Pérez and his rigid wage structure he's famous for. Section 2. The exposition. The two sides of a $10 million war. To really get this, you have to see it from both sides. This isn't about just a $10 million gap, it's about respect, status, and who holds all the cards. First, let's look at Team Vinícius. His reps believe that €30 million isn't just a fair price, it's a reflection of his true market value in his critical role in the squad. He was a legitimate Ballon d'Or contender and was instrumental in their Champions League titles. They're pushing for a historic contract, the kind of deal that was once reserved only for Cristiano Ronaldo in his absolute prime. They see Kylian Mbappé sitting at the top of the payroll and argue that Vini deserves to be right there with him. After all, he's a player who delivers wins and sells shirts. The feeling is that after years of being underpaid relative to his teammates, it's finally his time to cash in. And Vini is holding a very powerful trump card, massive interest from other leagues. For over a year, officials from the Saudi Pro League have been in talks with his camp. We're not talking about a casual phone call. Reports are swirling about an unprecedented and irresistible offer being prepped. While Vini keeps playing the loyal soldier in public, telling TNT Brazil, "I want to stay here for a long time. We'll sort things out at the right time," his agents are using that Saudi interest as serious leverage. They know that with every day that passes, the power shifts more and more into their hands. So why would Real Madrid risk it all over €10 million in bonuses? For Florentino Pérez, it boils down to two things: precedent and control. Madrid runs a notoriously tight ship with its salaries, and they're terrified of giving out one contract that will have every other star knocking on their door demanding the same. They're ready to make Vini one of their highest-paid players with a €20 million base, but they see the bonus demands as a bridge too far. There's also a quiet hesitation about his performance. Over the past couple of seasons, Vini has had moments where he's struggled to hit that same world-destroying form he had under Carlo Ancelotti. Last year, there were even reports that he was out of favor with the manager at the time, Xabi Alonso. From the club's point of view, that slight dip in consistency weakens his argument. Madrid is essentially playing a waiting game, betting that his current form doesn't justify smashing their entire pay scale to pieces. They're not budging, refusing to be backed into a corner. Section 3. The fallout of a power struggle. This standoff has become a huge mess, and the consequences could be devastating for everyone involved. For Vinícius, it's a massive gamble on himself. By turning down Madrid's offer and letting that contract run down, he's betting that he can prove his worth on the pitch. His agents are probably praying for a monster season or a show-stopping performance at the World Cup to give him undeniable leverage. But that's a dangerous game. One bad injury or a quiet tournament, and his bargaining power could disappear overnight. He's walking a tightrope between a record-breaking deal and losing his golden opportunity. For Real Madrid, the risk is even bigger. The longer this drags on, the weaker their position gets. With his contract up in 2027, the summer of 2026 is the point of no return. If he's not signed by then, Madrid stares down a nightmare scenario. Either sell one of your biggest stars for a cut-rate price, or watch him sign a pre-contract with another team in January 2027 and leave for nothing. That's a disaster Florentino Pérez is desperate to avoid. The whole situation got even messier under former manager Xabi Alonso. Their relationship was reportedly a disaster, with public spats over tactics and substitutions. Alonso was finally sacked in January 2026 after a humiliating loss to Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup, a decision many believe was fueled by the toxic dressing room atmosphere. Bringing in club legend Alvaro Arrabao from the B team was meant to be a reset. Arrabao has been nothing but supportive of Vini in public, and the change has reportedly made his camp more willing to talk again. But Arrabao has already admitted the contract is out of his hands, stating it's a matter for the club and the player. So while the mood might be better, the fundamental disagreement over the money hasn't gone anywhere. In fact, some recent reports claim Madrid is starting to panic and might be willing to talk about a bonus structure after all, but for now, no ink has touched paper. Honestly, there's no clear winner on the horizon, so I want to know what you think. Is Vini right to hold out for the full 30 million euros package, or is Madrid right to stand firm? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're getting something out of this breakdown, do me a favor and smash that like button. Conclusion. What we're looking at is a tense, unpredictable stare-down. On one side, you have a player who believes he's earned the right to be paid like the best in the world, with the looming threat of an astronomical offer from abroad. On the other, a club clinging to its financial principles, refusing to let one player break the bank for everyone else. Getting rid of Xabi Alonso and bringing in Alvaro Arrabao have meant to calm things down, but it hasn't solved the core problem. Whispers of a U-turn from Madrid show just how desperate they are not to lose a global superstar, but the conflict remains. Meanwhile, his boyhood club Flamengo is watching from afar, admitting they can't compete with the money, but keeping that emotional door wide open for a dream-free transfer down the road. Will Real Madrid finally blink and pay up, or will Vinícius Jr be forced to find his fortune elsewhere, possibly in a record-shattering move to the Saudi Pro League? This isn't just about a contract anymore. It's about the future of Real Madrid and one of the most exciting players on the planet. The clock is ticking, and sooner or later, something has to give.